And so, but the grocery store happened to be run by Tracy and Professor Oak. And they had just opened it up, and one of their employees was Giovanni's son named Warren, who created Mountain Quillots.
So therefore there was lozenges of Mountain Quillots, which he mistakenly picked up and gave to Evie. Evie then, taking the lozenges, thinking they would cure its laryngitis, started saying the internet is for porn.
And Evie says, the internet is for porn, the internet is for porn, what do you think the net is for? Porn, porn, porn.
But I thought, but Evie started to think the song was a little bit racist, and inspired Tracy to write and Professor Oak to write a song called "Everyone's a Little Bit Racist."
What? You can't pick something I know. We are racist.
That was even worse coming from. And then Ash finally shows up, because he's the main character, and says, what the hell is with all the side characters here? I mean, except for Yugi, but he doesn't really count because he's not part of the fandom that we're supposed to be fanficking.
And Ash decided to dye his hair pink. And he thought, wow, I look really sexy for it. And he took out a stereo and started cranking up Right Said Fred. The song I'm Too Sexy.
And since he was doing this with the song I'm Too Sexy, he started to slowly do a striptease while singing I'm Too Sexy.
Maybe we should get away from the pedophilia.
Disturbing.
We still have to, follow the law?
Yeah. Then Professor Oak decided to come out of the closet. And just comes up in the middle of the stage where Ash is doing his striptease and singing I'm Too Sexy, and he screams I'm gay and starts and he writes yes.
Yeah, of course he's happy because he got such a wonderful, because he loves his job at the grocery store, and it was such a relief being out of that closet he was stuck in with Vanna White.
Vanna then comes out from the background and goes like this. And asks someone to pick a letter.
And Edie says E because technically he's a Pokemon and that's all he can say.
And there happens to be a few E's. And the E's end up turning into ceiling tiles.
The ceiling tiles cost 10 points each because they were a vowel, not a consonant. And Evie is now out of Poke points.
Okay. Switch.
And then Evie walked off stage all depressed because he lost all his Poke points, and he decided, and he was so depressed he decided to go to the bar and drink some of that delicious mountain whatever.
Quillots.
Mountain Quillots he had heard of.
And then there was a movie showing that he decided to see. It looks really good. It was titled Zack and Mary Make a Piano.
And so he's watching this very strange movie about two people trying to put together a piano. Only it wasn't about putting together a piano at all. It was about people doing something else.
and then the girl in the pink dress got writer's block.
Story die.
Story. Die. Meanwhile, Brock had just come back to life, and he was still under the influence Mountain of Quillots, and he decided to skateboard around Computer City naked.
And as he's skateboarding, he realizes there's a very big breeze and he is shrinking. So therefore he goes and puts on some pants to get warmed back up.
And Tracy saw him doing it too, and he decided.
Who was? It was a he or a she?
He.
Tracy's a he?
Yeah.
And Tracy decided he was going to try skateboarding, but decided it was way too cold out, so he went skinny dipping in the ocean instead and got eaten by a shark.
But he had an invincibility star, so it ended up killing the shark, and he wasn't fazed by it. And after he swam to shore, a group of fangirls saw him walking out of the water dripping, and they ended up taking pictures of him and ripping up his clothes.
Realizing he was skinny dipping and they're actually tearing off his skin, they back off. I realize that there's a messy hunk of people on the ground with their fan.
I think if rocks fall, everyone dies.
Okay.